I work in estate cleanouts. When someone dies and their family doesn't want to deal with the mess, they call me. I have found everything. Vintage toys, old journals, taxidermy pets. But nothing, and I mean nothing, messed me up like what I found in the crawl space of that trailer behind the shuttered Freddy Fazbear's Pizza outside of Flagstaff. The place had been closed since the 90s. Health violations, disappearances, rumors. In a shoebox covered in rat droppings and melted crayons, I found a VHS labeled Training Tape Number 7. Special Ingredients. It had the Freddy Fazbear logo scrawled in faded marker, but instead of a smiling cartoon bear, someone had redrawn Freddy with human teeth. Underneath, property of employee number 191, do not view. Seriously. So of course I viewed it. The tape begins. Black screen. Then the tape hissed and flickered to life. The screen showed the interior of a grimy kitchen. Somewhere inside of Freddy's. Old tiles. Grease-streaked walls. A poster of Chica with a speech bubble saying, "Order up." But her beak was upside down. A voice spoke. Calm, low, clearly scripted. Welcome to Culinary Protocol Training, version 1.9.1. Today's topic, organic contribution. The camera cut to a man in a Freddy uniform, mascot head removed, revealing a dead-eyed employee with gray skin and sweat-drenched hair. His name tag read, Gary. He smiled weakly, raised one hand to the camera. Your body is part of the team, he said. We all give something. We all leave a little of ourselves. Then he picked up a butcher's knife and calmly placed his pinky finger on a cutting board and chopped. Finger food. There was no scream. No flinch. Just a wet thunk and a muffled squish as the blood ran down the side of the board like ketchup. Gary held up the severed pinky. That's a Freddy fry surprise right there, he said cheerfully, then dropped it into a fryer basket. The oil sizzled. He laughed. Then he pulled out a tray of kids' meals, labeled with names. This one's for little Mikey, he said, placing the fried pinky next to a plastic toy. The video cut, then returned. Gary again, this time missing 3 fingers on one hand. He smiled wider now. They liked the crunch, he whispered. Customer reactions. The footage spliced in security camera clips. A child biting into their food, then stopping. Looking down. The scream came after they pulled the bandaged digit from their mouth. It was gnawed clean. A parent yelling. Employees frozen, unmoving. Animatronics watching. Bonnie tilted its head. Chica blinked. Twice. The ritual. By the last segment, Gary had only 2 fingers left. His hands were wrapped in paper towels, duct-taped tightly. The kitchen was dark now, save for one glowing oven. Inside it was not pizza. The camera panned to a new item on the menu board. Fazfingers. Try our crunchy secret. Gary looked directly at the lens. You gave us your time, he rasped. Now we give you ours. He bit down on his final finger, teeth crunching the bone. Blood poured from his mouth. He laughed as it spilled down his chin like sauce. The screen flickered. Final frame. One last static-filled image. The animatronics sitting at a table, napkins tucked in, eating something from red plastic trays. Underneath, in bold red text. Real employees. Real ingredients. Freddy approved. Then, see you for your shift. Aftermath. I threw up. I burned the tape. But the next day, my doorbell rang. There was a Happy Meal-style box on my porch. Labeled Fazfingers. Limited edition. Inside, a toy of Freddy, grinning. And my pinky, perfectly cooked. Still wearing my ring. Now hiring. Must be willing to commit fully.